this is, look, it took me forever to get these damn things, okay? This is one of the hardest releases I think I've had that I actually tried for in 2021. But they're finally here, finally. Or should I say, finally. What's good, guys? My name's Chris. Welcome back to the official WearTesters.com YouTube channel. Today we got something that I think is really special. This is the Adidas TMac 2. Not just that, this is the Adidas TMac 2 Restomod. Unless you're on the Adidas website or app, then it's Adidas TMac 2 Evo. And I couldn't figure out what Restomod means. Apparently it's a car term and it means restore and modification. Google told me it like word for word, like the way that I thought it was worded best. Basically, it means a classic car that has been restored but modified with modern parts and modern technology. Aesthetically, the vehicle looks the same until you look under the hood or reach for the radio is what it says. So essentially it's Protro if you're going by Nike terms, but Restomod is an older term, and so that's what they're going with. And this is not actually the first time that Adidas has tweaked shoes, and not just shoes, but this shoe in particular, because I believe this is the first time that these have officially like re-released. Whereas the last time that they re-released, they just called them the Adidas Return of the Mac, and they were not the same. Like it had like new pure motion bottom, they were real thin, they didn't have the torsion system on there, all that, they just were not the same. It looked like a soccer or football version of the basketball version. I just didn't dig them. And the Adidas TMac line in general, as far as retros go, have been very weird to say the least. They did retro the TMac 1, and we did do a review on those. That was one of the worst basketball shoes I think I've ever played in. They just didn't move. The torsion system was too much. These actually remind me quite a bit of those, especially from the bottom, but when I put them on feet, they don't feel anywhere near as restrictive. Obviously, these are the 2s, and I believe this is the first time again that we've officially had these re-released. They've done the 3s very loosely, and normally they're overseas only, so US people like that are fans were just SOL basically. And then the TMac 4 has not been re-released to my knowledge. That's the one with the ratchet system in the back of the shoe. It was a mechanical metal system that laced the forefoot or midfoot area of your shoelaces up. Why you would want that, I don't know. And then there's the TMac 5, which did re-release, so we did do a review on those, and they didn't fit me, so I ended up returning them, but I thought those were super dope. This, however, is my favorite TMac shoe. I think that these look the best, although I really do like the 3s as well, but this one is just my favorite. This particular colorway, the Orlando Home. I just think these are fire, man. These are dope. So way back when, these originally released, 2002, that was a bumpy ride in my life. You know what I mean? I was freshly out of high school, 2001, then freshly homeless by 2002. Got back on my feet, and then by 2003, I actually met you.
The love of your life.
Hey, you know, some things happen, I guess, for a reason, and here we go. But these guys are finally back. I have a pair. They took forever. I ordered each of these from Adidas. Both orders canceled. Weeks later, by the way, okay? So I thought that they were coming, and everybody's hounding me. When's a review coming? When's a review coming? I don't know, man. They were impossible to get. I did buy them on Dick's Sporting Goods. That's where these came from. And then I find out after they sent the confirmation emails that, just letting you know, these are pre-orders. You're not getting them for at least a month and a half. And I didn't know what size to get because I've never owned these. So these are a size down and these are my true size, and it's just a mess. So these guys right here feature nothing but herringbone on the outsole. It's awesome. It sounds cool too because when you move your fingers across it, it sounds pliable. It sounds stretchy. I like that. And that's the stuff that will screech and squeak when you're on the floor. Normally though, that doesn't mean that you're getting good traction. Normally the squeak actually means that you're sliding, but also that it's gripping, hopefully. And then you can see the torsion system, which is kind of that plastic or TPU counter area. Got a little one back there. Yeah, that's cool. I was very disappointed when he went over to Orlando and they gave him the #1 jersey. I thought that that should just be reserved for Penny and Penny only, but that's just a personal thing. T-Mac's a fantastic player though. One of the greatest of all time. Hall of Fame. And then the tooling on these guys is real interesting because this is what is considered a double last midsole. And a double last midsole means that the midsole is inside the upper of the shoe. Just a really weird kind of like setup and everything like that. And the original intent for something like this was that the upper was going to clamp you or draw you down onto the footbed of that midsole a lot better than any other footwear that would be on the market where you normally would sit on top of it. Now you're sitting like it's all caged and within, which is really interesting because nowadays they can get you lower, wider, and they can carve into the midsole so that you actually sit into it. And so it cups and cradles you, and that's the greatest stability that you can usually get out of a basketball shoe. But at the time, this was it. And the cushioning on the original was Adiprene Plus, and I guess that's where the Restomod thing comes from with these guys right here, where there is no Adiprene in the shoe, and instead it's actually a bounce midsole. So this guy right here, I don't know if it's a full-length bounce midsole or if it's a, you know, EVA with bounce inside, which is what they normally do with like a Dame shoe. Seeing that this is double lasted and the midsole is within the upper and everything like that, I would assume that the whole thing is bounce. At least that's what I would hope. How does the bounce feel? Well, I was actually a little disappointed when I tried these on. First off, it's a pain in the ass to get in here. I'll talk about that in a second. And yeah, so I was expecting these to be like really, really comfortable, and I think that it's gonna be one of those shoes that you gotta break in. At least I hope. Now the upper on these looks like leather, but it's not. It's actually synthetic. It's all vinyl, but they do a good job of making it look, feel, and have that kind of like property of a leather upper, which is really interesting because this is what I like. If you're going to go synthetic, make it feel and look like leather as much as possible. Don't want it to be plasticky, don't want it to be stiff. You could be synthetic, it's okay, it's not a bad thing, you know, just make sure that it's a nice synthetic, and that's what these guys are. Now, will it last forever? That's the thing. Vinyl normally doesn't last forever. It'll crack and all that stuff, so it is what it is. You can actually get a different material option with the other colorways, the all-star colorway. It's like all patent, but I believe it's all synthetic as well. It's not going to be like genuine patent leather, but well, patent is the finish on top of the genuine leather. It's a little confusing. Now, trying to get inside this shoe right here, man, it's just a pain in the ass because this has one of the biggest, beefiest internal booties I think I've ever seen, but at least they have one of those bungee things that we've been talking about where it's on the side. However, it actually doesn't help that much, so maybe that's why they don't do it, but maybe it would have helped had it been on both sides, because it's this side that I can't move. It's just like really difficult to get into. I'm like stressing, I start sweating, legs cramping, all that stuff. It's really difficult to get in here. Once you are in here, they look kind of funny. They are very puffy in the back. They make me look like I don't have cankles, which I like, but I don't know how anybody would wear an ankle brace with these if you needed to. I love TMac's logo. I think that's so cool. It looks like a basketball. It's a T, it's an M, it's a 1, and it's the 3 stripes. Yeah, it's all of that in one, dude. It's amazing. And one of the weirdest, you know, little parts that a lot of people really won't care about is this little thing right here, the gradient line. I love that because it looks like comic book art, and I just think it's cool. Now, as far as sizing is concerned, like I was saying earlier, I did buy 2 pairs of these, one as an 8.5, one as a 9, and they are both very hard to get into. It doesn't matter, all right? And so once I'm in there, I don't know if my foot's swollen.
You're just like, I'm done.
Yeah,
I made it.
I'm just ready to go home at that point. Even though I'm still at home, like it's not like I went anywhere. But yeah, I'm just so like through with the shoe by the time I'm in that thing that I cannot tell which one fits best.
Yeah.
I do know that these ones right here, which is the half a size down, fit a little tight. So I'll say that, but it feels like I could play in it. These guys right here, they feel good, but again, I'm so like sweaty, so I can't tell right now. I would say go true to size just because, like that's usually like the safest option. And I will say that this shoe originally released way before the weird wonky, you know, Adidas size stuff. Because yeah, I never really had this issue with Adidas shoes like way back when. You know, it wasn't really until they started going like crazy light that I started being like, what size am I with this brand? Sometimes I'm an 8.5, sometimes a 9, sometimes I'm a 9.5, and I don't know what's going on.
Right.
Sorry, I almost forgot, man. This is actually provided by somebody that doesn't want to shout out. We did buy them from him and everything. But thank you so much for sending these our way. And yes, we are gifting them to one of our Discord community members. And it's these guys right here.
Look at the daddy and the baby.
Dude, yeah, these are huge, man. Like, look.
You should wear those for the B-roll so you won't sweat.
Nah, like look at this. I don't even know if I could get into this one. Okay, but yeah, this is just insane. And for those of you guys that are like, oh, it must be nice for, you know, their Discord members to be a size 9 or whatever, it's like, no, sir. We give them away in their sizes. Even if I show you my shoe, I'm getting you your size. Yeah, so when you are a Discord community member, you just get hooked up, man. And on top of that, the community is fucking awesome. Yes, I say that proudly because all of those guys are super cool. And I do know that it gets, because we get messages sometimes from new people on the Discord, and they're like, dude, I don't know what to do. Trust me, I know. Forums are strange. There's categories. So there's basketball, lifestyle, running, custom, cleats, apparel, sporting goods, releases, pickups, industry, footwear. Oh, just kidding. On foot. Deals. What are those? Which is funny. Sneaker advice. There's a whole NW1 section. There's a trade section for those of you that want to like help each other out. That's just the footwear stuff. And then we have movies, TV, and nerd stuff. Off-topic discussion, NBA, NFL, NCAA, sports in general, music, art, food, blah, 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 blah. Just all kinds of shit. Then there's a general channel. So I know that it's a lot. And then there's like a last videos comments section and stuff like that. Like there's a bunch of stuff, but you don't have to go in there if you don't want to. I know that some of you guys are like a little like shy if you will. I am too. So yeah, so you can just DM me if you want.
It's just impossible to cover all of it, so you just go to the areas that you like.
That's exactly why there's that many channels though. So, because everybody's like very diverse. So like a lot of times I'm in the last comment section because people are literally like tagging me. And so I'll do that. A lot of my conversations on the Discord are actually private through DM. So like that's one of the things is that if you didn't want to involve yourself in the community aspect of things, which is fine, you could just talk to me whenever you want. Like you can ask me any questions about something like this, something that maybe didn't get a performance review, which is very popular right now because the whole, year and 3 months or whatever previous, like some stuff I just couldn't get to, but I did play in a lot of it, so I didn't do a full performance review. But if you had performance questions on any of it, you can always hit me up there and ask me whatever my thoughts were. But yeah, like I said, this is the TMac 2 Restomod. Did you do something?
I didn't do anything. This is our winner from our Discord.
I didn't even pick a winner?
No.
God damn.
So congratulations.
My bad, guys. I'm just trying to get out of here.
It's lunchtime.
No, yeah, I'm just a little, I don't think that the caffeine drink kicked in like as hard as the other one.
It was a juice.
With caffeine.
No, I know, but it was a different formula.
It just wasn't as strong, so I'm kind of like, you know. But anyways, yes, that's the winner. Thank you so much for being a Discord member. We really appreciate you. Hope that you enjoy it. And again, thank you so much for watching this video on the TMac 2 Restomod. That's such a weird name.
/Evo.
Yeah, whatever you want to call them. If you've played in them already, feel free to let us know what you think about them down below in the comment section. If you have not, if you just got these to wear casually, which I think is so weird, so that ankle puffy thing. They're so puffy, so puffy. And this is my era. And so like, I was just like, why are they so puffy? You know, and I like puffy stuff. Like we used to stuff tongues. So it's just weird to see nowadays because man, things are very streamlined. But thank you so much for watching. Thanks for all the support. And until next time, guys, have a good one.